We have arrived at the second to last episode of season 1 of Batman Cape Crusader. And after what happened last time, we're actually are going into the tail end of how this is going to end, and it's all going to focus around Harvey Dent, which isn't shocking with this setup. So let's dive right into this. After what happened last time with Harvey Dent getting acid thrown in his face, his entire mayoral campaign is now finished. He's dreaming about what would have happened, seeing people in the crowd and stuff, and then starts to think. So he wakes up there, half his face is bandaged because he got acid thrown in his face. His mayoral race is over. He's just sitting at home drinking. The mayor is on TV talking about how, it's unfortunate what happened to Harvey Dent. But this city needs to move forward, and he's going to help to do so. Harvey is angry and stuff, and they start to show this thing, and the way that they're trying to do it doesn't actually match up with how it's supposed to work, because you see Harvey Dent in grief. He's full of what happened. People will be angry and say things and stuff like that. But they try to play this out like he's having some kind of mental breakdown where, the scarred half of his face is taking over and he can't stop it and stuff like that. And it doesn't make sense. I mean, had they set it up before, he had mental problems beforehand, because even if you look at Batman, the animated series, when it came to how Harvey Dent became Two-Face, Harvey Dent had problems beforehand. He had psychological problems beforehand that at times would slip out, and you realize something was very wrong with this guy. You realize that. And so when it is he became Two-Face, it was really bad, but you also kind of saw the cracks that were happening beforehand. If you take Christopher Nolan's Batman, the Dark Knight movie, right? The Dark Knight movie. That Harvey Dent as well had problems beforehand. Yes, they held him up as this big savior of Gotham City, but the things he was doing were problematic. Like he wanted to get information out of this guy, and he was flipping a coin to see if he was gonna shoot him or not. You could tell this guy had some issues. With this Harvey Dent, there wasn't anything like that. The only thing he had was a little cocky. Yes, a little stuck up at times, certainly. But it wasn't anything to see that he had any kind of psychological problems or anything like that. So trying to play this now in this manner is kind of out of character. I mean, it's one thing if he just wants revenge, okay. But they also try to play this psychological angle that this isn't lining up with anything at all. So, begins as usual. They're at the police station. They're trying to find out. Harvey Dent has claimed that he does not remember who threw acid in his face. And, seeing as the two most corrupt detectives on the force, Flask and Bullock, and the ones working on it, you should probably not expect anything from them. Montoya is there as well. She has some stuff to say. I tell you, Montoya real thick with, but still. But without any kind of actual proof towards anything, or any kind of actual leads, there's not much that they could do. Harvey is there. Bruce shows up at his apartment there and, talks to him and tells him that, he needs to get out some time outside and stuff will do him well. But Harvey doesn't want to go outside. He wants to stay in there. But Bruce convinces him that they need to get out. And the thing about this is, especially when it comes to this episode and this scene, you really get to see what an absolute piece of shit Bruce Wayne is in this. Because the man is clearly in a really bad place. I mean, really bad. Understand me? His mayoral campaign has fallen flat. He's been scarred permanently for life. Most likely, he's depressed and everything like that. And rather than you come and actually try to be a friend, try and say, let me talk to you. We could go out somewhere, getting out will do you some good. No, his ulterior motive for taking him out is he wants to grill him for information as to who did this to him. That's it. I mean, it's one thing if you just mention it and you know try to find, but if he doesn't want to, you don't push. But no, he literally is grilling the man to get information on who did it. And you know, Harvey is there. He's freaking out. He's very insecure because he thinks everybody's talking about him and stuff like that. And Bruce wouldn't stop. He's just pushing the man for information, making it worse. Somebody comes over to Harvey and, you know, congratulates him and everything, but he's getting worse. And then they start to show the psychological problems I gave at him, talking about how he happened, about how that, or what. The same guy who just came, oh, that smug bastard. I should just use this knife and cut his throat and that thing. And yet, wondering where it's coming from. Because all that, but Bruce won't stop. He's still pushing him, and Harvey is cracking at the seams. The waitress comes over, and you know, he's freaking out and everything and stuff. And then he grabs her there and starts to tell her, you're all looking for. So he takes off the stuff and reveals his face. And I must say, it does not look good at all. This looks terrible. Look like he has holes in his face. You understand me? It doesn't look good. It honestly doesn't look good to me. It looks very disgusting, to be perfectly honest with you. All the other iterations of Harvey Dent Two-Face have always looked like he actually could see the burns and the scars from it. This just looks ridiculous and wrong. And he freaks out. Even tries to punch Bruce. He stops. Everybody's there. And when he goes back now, Alfred literally scolds him for his behavior. And he's quite right. The man was in a bad way. He needed a friend. And your twisted assholic self who doesn't know how to act like a person took him out to grill him for information because you only care about your whole thing about being Batman. And you must get him and all of that. It's one thing to go after bad guys. It's another thing to somebody who you consider a friend to do that to them. That's not right at all. Any way, shape, or form. But you know, what's going on? So Harvey is out there working, and again, he starts to think about all stuff that's going on and all of this. And then he hears somebody getting mugged. He goes over there to help. You know, he comes on, beats the guy up and all of this there, and then, you know, tells the guy that this piece of garbage needs to do. So he tells him to tells the guy who's getting him out to choose whether he will kill this guy or not. And then ends up shooting the guy in his leg. And the guy is telling him that the guy is telling Commissioner Gordon and Montoya that the person who did this to him, half his face was messed up, and they realize it's Harvey Dent. Batman then realized what's going on also. Come to realize that, you know, he's probably pushed him too far. Montoya goes over to his place, finds it ransacked and all of this. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent is now fully ready to go for revenge and goes to a bar looking for one of Rupert Thorne's men. He's looking for the guy who threw the acid in his face. Guy won't listen and stuff, so Harvey then beats the living crap out of him and threatens him. You understand me? The guy gives information. Some people snicker and laugh at the guy. And then he's got with the guy, and he's all about how, you know, he calls him a freak and stuff, and Harvey stops, goes back and literally starts to destroy the place, and the man, people run out of there in fear because of what he's doing to this guy. So Rupert Thorne is hanging out with his son. They're watching some game and stuff. This guy comes over and tells him that, you know, one of their guys got taken out. It's possible that this could be connected to you, and it might be connected to Harvey Dent. He tells him he has nothing to worry about. Dent can't do anything at all. So Batman is trying to find out what's going on. Alfred informs him about the incident that just happened at the bar, so he needs to go looking for it. Harvey Dent goes and finds the girlfriend of the guy who deformed him and gets her to give him information. Batman goes to see the guy. He goes to the guy from the bar who's in the hospital in cast on his legs, arm, neck, head, everything, right? So the lady tells Harvey where to find her boyfriend. Harvey goes over there looking for him. The fire takes out some guys and comes in. She's trying to get out of there. Batman shows up. She tells him what she told Harvey, and Dent now ties the guy up and decides he's going to burn him alive. Literally douses the place with fire, scratches a match, and then, Harvey is all... So when Batman does show up there now to see what he could find out, the place is on fire and he hears the guy screaming in there while he's dying. So yeah, he's done. You understand me? Harvey is there in his he's talking about, what did I just do? I really did it. He deserved it. Trying the whole mental aspect of it. He takes off. Batman jumps on his car. He manages to get away. Flask and Bullock call Dent and tell him that Harvey Dent just killed the guy who deformed him and he's coming after Thorn. So he needs to do something. Thorn still won't believe it and all of that. Batman realizes he has to stop him. They call in some guys to the house. Nothing to worry about. A car comes crashing through the front door. They're looking to find out who it is. They go over there, see what's going on. One of the guys in there falls out. They realize that, Dent is there. He just rigged it up and sent the car in. Then he cuts the power. Now, my thing about this is, how is Harvey Dent doing all of this? You understand me? I mean, it's one thing to just go after one or two people or something like that. Yeah, I could understand that. But this whole thing is playing out like, okay, he somehow became this murderous, badass mastermind who's going after Thorn's entire operation. If it's this easy to just take out Thorn's men and just go after him or something like that, why hasn't everybody else done it by now? Really, it's weird. It's really, really weird. So they're in there. The lights are out. They need to check what's going on and all of this. So they spread out, looking around. And then he just starts shooting from the shadows and stuff. They're shooting back at him. And he's there with a Tommy gun, taking out people and stuff. Like, how is this guy this good? Seriously, how is Harvey suddenly pushes a piano down? I don't know where they got a piano from. Pushes down the stairs, takes out some more, and then, you understand me, thought is all about Dent, you can do this, it's crazy, and he goes, you're gonna get what's coming to you, whether you like it or not. They're going up there to try and get him, as usual, and then, I'm telling you, for some reason, all of a sudden, Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, is suddenly this badass criminal mastermind taking out all these guys, throws this guy over there. He's him dog, that guy is most likely dead or badly injured or something. You understand me? And Thorn is still doing what he has to do. It's what he does. And then Harvey then shows up there. He's ready to kill him and all of this. Thorn's son comes in to stop him and protect him and all that. Batman shows up. They fight. He holds him back. He wants to kill him. And then he drops to the ground and is all, what have I done? What have I done? I couldn't stop him. He was crazy. He was too strong, talking about his other personality. They try to act like he has this personality thing now because he got acid thrown. It doesn't make sense. Really doesn't. So Batman takes him to jail. He's in there, and this guard comes and tells him that his lawyer is there, and he's about, I don't have a lawyer. You do now. And who is his lawyer? Of course, Barbara Gordon, because she's in everything. Literally everything. So yeah, that's the end of this episode, and I must say it, This episode didn't really work for me for a number of reasons. You know, what happened to Harvey Dent should have been played out differently, should have had a bit more to be done with it, but it wasn't. Bruce Wayne was a complete and total asshole, exposing the guy. There's just to grill him for information to make him snap. The way Harvey then just went after all of Rupert Thorne's men like nobody could stop him because all of a sudden he's this badass out of nowhere. You understand me? The angle that they tried to play with this whole, so all of a sudden he has mental problems that's causing him to behave like this, even though it was never any mention of that at all. Just wasn't working. And then of course at the end, Barbara Gordon has to show up because apparently she's the only red-headed black girl in all of Gotham City. Yeah, it just wasn't working for me. My final rating for Batman Caped Crusader Season 1 Episode 9, I'm gonna give this episode a 1.7 out of 5. I just don't think it worked. Everything could have been done differently, and it wasn't, and that just did not work at all for me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, should hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell, be notified every time I put out a new video, and I shall see you all next time. Take care.